Hello there friends and followers, and welcome to this preview video of JustFlight's British Aerospace 146 for X-Plane 11. In this preview video we are going to take a look at JustFlight's rendition of the British Aerospace 146 for X-Plane 11. We're going to be taking a look at the 3D modeling, the texture work, and the features that you can expect in the aircraft once it is released. So without further ado, let's get started. Please do note that the aircraft is still in beta and isn't released, and hence some things may not work as intended during this preview video. JustFlight without a doubt has established a name for themselves in the world of X-Plane, and just by examining the 3D modeling and the texture work of this BAe 146, one can appreciate the high quality rendition of the aircraft and the sharp and detailed textures that accompany this 3D model. As you can see here, a very detailed and high quality modeling of everything, including the aircraft landing gear, the aircraft engines. In terms of the overall 3D modeling and texture work, I believe JustFlight has developed this aircraft to a very high standard. Now that we have examined the exterior 3D modeling and texture work, let's hop into the flight deck and take a look at the interior of the aircraft. In terms of the interior 3D modeling and texture work, as you can see, JustFlight has built the 3D cockpit to resemble the real aircraft. All the switches, gauges is in the right place. Nice reflective material and use of PBR. The aircraft has the old and rusty look, and this is quite prominent in all the panel work, as you can see here on the aircraft dashboard. The flight yoke, everything just has the old and rusty look. The overhead panel is done quite well. Again, you can see that JustFlight has done some really good texture work to give the aircraft the old and rusty look, and you see the reflective materials here, the use of PBR, all the switches, the fonts, everything looks pretty good. For those of you who are fond of passenger cabins, I'm happy to report that JustFlight has modeled the entire passenger cabin aboard this BAe 146. Let us now take a look at the features that JustFlight has integrated into this aircraft. For one, you can stow the armrest and you can hear the nice sounds. And by the way, this aircraft has nice sounds all around. Some sounds may need improvement, but again, the aircraft isn't finished yet. You can also adjust the seat here by moving the seat backward and forward. And as you can see, as you release the handle, how slowly it falls back into position. JustFlight's standard control panel ships with this aircraft, where you can toggle the aircraft state from its cold and dark to ready for takeoff. A fully integrated checklist that takes you all the way from starting the flight deck safety to leaving the aircraft. Really A to Z checklist to operate this aircraft. The flight computer is pretty much a trademark for JustFlight. Ships with all their X-Plane 11 aircraft. You are also able to manipulate the aircraft exits and the GPU from within the control panel. You can hide the vertical speed indicator as well. You can toggle the TMS, the weather radar, and also bring up the autopilot 1 and 2 panels into display for easy access. For those of you who are fond of opening aircraft doors, you will be pleased to know that this BAe 146 by JustFlight has all the doors animated, and we're going to click on them here one by one and close them all so you can see the animations. There we go. And by the way, you are able to also click on the aircraft door to open it just by clicking on the handle and clicking back to close it. Really nice animations. Again, nice attention to details. You'll be very pleased to know that this 146 Professional by JustFlight ships with a detailed 247-page manual. The manual is extensive, and I highly recommend that you go through it. The time has come for us to start the aircraft from its cold and dark state and listen to the sounds, look at the lights, and examine the systems of the aircraft. We're not going to be doing any flight today, but we are going to take off from Southampton Airport here just to see the aircraft handling. So let's get started. The first thing is we're going to head over to the overhead panel, and right here on the voltage amp, we're going to put it on battery 1, and we're going to start battery 1 and battery 2. I like the sound. And then we're going to move down here, and we're going to turn on the bus tie to auto, and standby generators are now armed. We are also going to turn on the APU generator. Next, we are going to turn on the nav lights, cabin emergency light, and we're going to make sure the non-smoking signs is in the auto position, which it is now. Next, we're going to turn on the yaw damper, AP master, avionics A and B, anti-skid, and the left spoilers. Next, we are going to start the APU, and to start the APU, we're going to turn on the left inner pump, and we're going to turn the start APU button here. There we go. The APU power is now available, so we're going to start the APU air. All right, let's go ahead and turn on our beacon lights.
Connect.
All right, let's go ahead and start our engines now, and we're going to start with the engine number 4. We're going to make sure the start power is on normal. We're going to put the engine selector on number 4, master start, and start the engine number 4 first. We're going to watch the N1 rise to about 10% or so, and we're going to introduce fuel. And we can now introduce fuel, or engine number 4. And we're going to repeat the steps for engines number 3, 2, 1. Engine number 3. And again, we're going to watch the N1 rise to about 10%, and then introduce fuel. We are now ready to go. I am going to switch to external view, and we're going to set flaps for departure just and see the animation of the flaps. Just look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. The animation of the flaps is done very, very well. Looks great. Look at that wing. Absolutely phenomenal. All right, so I'm not sure why the displays here, the avionics, the radios aren't coming on. But again, guys, the aircraft isn't finished yet, so I believe that might be something that they're ironing out as we speak. And one thing that I wish to mention is that currently, this aircraft is equipped with the default X-Plane 11 FMC, but a custom FMC is currently work in progress. And if you do purchase this aircraft, once it's available, you will be supplied with the custom-coded FMC once it is available. So all owners that purchase the aircraft will get the custom-coded FMC once it's ready. All right, let's turn up some lights here. We're going to runway turn-off lights are on, and fasten seatbelt signs is turned on. And let's go ahead and taxi to the runway. Parking brake is released, and let's go. Now, the cockpit ambient sounds are quite nice. I do like them. I'm not sure about the engine sounds, but again, this aircraft isn't finished yet, so we can't really... and now, again, I'm not reviewing the aircraft by any means. This is just my first impressions, but hopefully we'll have better engine sounds. Here's, by the way, the engine sounds from the external view. Let's give it just a little bit of power. Yeah, they're not bad. They're actually not bad. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a look at the aircraft lights during nighttime. Done quite nicely by JustFlight. And this is the instruments overhead panel during nighttime as well. And by the way, I haven't really read the manual yet, so I'm not very familiar with the aircraft speeds.
02.
But I assume 120 knots is a good speed for takeoff. All right, here we go. It's a short runway.
1,300 meters remaining.
It is a short runway. Right, here we go. Listen to the engine sounds. Let's retract the flaps. Just look at the animation again here, you can see it. Well folks, this is it for this first impressions video of the BA 146 for X-Plane 11. Of course, this is a preview video, and hence there is no rating of the aircraft as of yet, but I will be making a lot more content of this aircraft as soon as I get my head around the aircraft systems and the performance data, so you will be seeing more content of this aircraft on the channel coming very soon. Well folks, until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.